What's up guys, Jim Yosef here and welcome to a brand new video. Welcome to a new player review today, and we're looking at an 86 third in form Memphis Depay from Lyon. Who'd have thought at the very start of the year we'd have a card that good of Depay? But just before we get into things, as always, if you enjoyed this video or found it all helpful, show support by leaving a like rating, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and the comments below. What player should I review next? And finally, if you missed my previous video, it will be down below in the description box. So like I said, today we are looking at this man in particular, 86 rated Memphis Depay. I'm actually using his once to watch card. I bought it for 51k about 3 or 4 weeks ago now, just before he got his second in form. And what an investment that's turned out to be. It's cost like 230k plus right now, and he's an incredible card. 95 pace, 88 shooting, 83 passing, 89 dribbling, 38 defending and 85 physical, 2-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves and high-low work rate. So to play a total now of 14 games with him, I think like 8 or maybe 7 with his 85 rated card, but now the rest have been his 86. 14 games at 16 goals and 6 assists. His price cap on both consoles is the exact same, 31,000 coins, rising up to a potential high of 600k. And keep in mind, I'm actually recording this commentary at 2 AM on Thursday, so very early in the morning. His price on Xbox, 220,000 coins, on PlayStation, 230. And the FUT Champions weekly rewards have not come out yet, so his price will probably drop even more come 6 PM tonight. And also on top of that, I believe we get some Patrick's Day promotions, so potentially some special packs. The team I used him in, I actually played in 2 different teams. First up, it was a daily knockout team, which I'll show you in a second. And after that, I went to my like, overpowered team, lots of ones to watches, and a fair few special items. So on paper, it's a 4-3-2-1 with David De Gea, Eric Bailly, Chris Smalling as a United trio, a FUT Champions version of Seamus Coleman's second in form, I believe, 86 rated. Left back is the upgraded Dalbert, a very tiny player. Then we've got Cyprian, N'Golo Kante wants to watch, who's now got a better man of the match card. Paul Pogba wants to watch, Dembele wants to watch, which is a second or first in form, not quite sure. Lacazette SBC, and of course the main man, Memphis Depay. So with this team, I did keep it as a 4-3-2-1 with him as a left forward to try him out in his base position. But every now and then, if he wasn't having much success on the left-hand side because of the weak foot, I'd simply do this in game, put Dembele on the left and Depay on the right. And because I wanted to play on the FUT Champions dedicated servers, I also built this team to play in the daily knockout. Now it's a 4-3-2-1 again, 4 stars, that's a requirement with all goals on the bench, but I didn't stay with a 4-3-2-1 in game. Actually, I changed this. So go to formation, of course went to 4-1-2-1-2, variant number 2, and this is basically how it ended up in game. So Memphis Depay is a right striker, just to avoid that left foot of his. Lacazette on the left, Fekir at cam, and the rest is pretty damn simple. Mendy is a very good alternative, cheap alternative to N'Golo Kante. But now let's move on to in-game stats and also the in-game position ratings for Memphis Depay third in form. So his base stats are 96 acceleration, 93 sprint speed, 92 long shots, 99 shot power, 97 curve, 99 free kick accuracy, 88 stamina, 89 strength, 90 dribbling, 89 balance and also 89 agility. So some very good base stats anyway without any chemistry style applied to it. And look at the left hand side, very small, no very small text, but the traits, he has so many. He has the power free kick trait, avoid using weak foot, which I think is very uncommon but very, very good. Selfish doesn't make too much sense if you're controlling the player, of course. That's maybe for like career mode or offline. And then we got on to flair. That's so you can do a Roboto cross and stuff like that. Then we've got long shot taker, dribbler, speed dribbler. They're all really, really good to have. And now very quickly on the right hand side, we've got his Hawk chemistry style, what he looks like. So 98 pace, 92 shot and 89 physical. Now some people believe chemistry styles work an absolute treat, and they do give the actual boost they do suggest, but others, they don't necessarily agree with it. But personally, looking at it now, I probably should went with something different than Hawk, because overall the changes, they're not massive. But the things it does affect are 99 acceleration, 98 sprint speed, 99 long shots, accompanied by 99 shot power. Then we've got 94 strength and 92 jumping, 87 finishing and 95 attack positioning. But now we're going to transition over to ratings per position and look at base card as well as one with chemistry style. So very quickly, he's an 88 left forward, right forward, centre forward, and an 87 striker, cam, right wing and left wing. Now with a chemistry style, Hawk, you can boost him a lot higher than a 90. I think you get out to like a 93 winger. But again, that's the chemistry style I chose. Let's jump into gameplay and show you what Memphis Depay can do. So moving on to the gameplay, we're going to talk about the pros and cons about his third in form, Memphis Depay. Let's start off then with his right foot. As you can tell, approach every single clip is a low driven shot with his right peg. I mean, I initially thought for some strange reason, like back in the day, I always thought he was a left-footed player. I don't know why. But I think back like FIFA 13, maybe FIFA 14, he was like a 5-star skiller with 4-star weak foot, and now he's like 4-star, 2-star. It's really strange how things change like that. Also another player like that is Gini Wijnaldum. He used to have 5-star weak foot, and has now got 2. But either way, let's go on to the pros and cons. So the right foot of Memphis Depay, it is just next level good. And like I said at the start of the video, the best way to get the most out of Memphis Depay, in my opinion at least, is to swap wings. As you can tell, most of these clips, he's either playing as a right striker or a right winger. There's a very few, like select few at the end where he's a left winger, because I honestly, his left foot, I want to avoid that at all costs, because if he's got 2-star weak foot, do the logical thing, don't use it as much as you possibly can. Although he does have that trait in game that does avoid it naturally, so in some ways it's not too bad. Right there he does drag a shot wide, but in general, him at one-on-one or in like a decent situation, he can produce the goods very well. And in fact, there's a good assist with his left foot. And obviously that's one of the rare occasions I did go onto his left peg. But now, let's move on to the second pro, and that's his strength or physical. His strength in game is something really, really high, especially with like a Hawk chemistry style on him. If I'm correct, it's like 89, which is mad. For a player that's got 95 pace, not many have got that kind of combination, so that's why I found that really, really nice to have. Then we got his finishing. Right foot, I said it again, I've mentioned it over and over again. His right foot low driven, for example, right here, the keeper does quite poorly with that, but his shot power, with it being 99 in game, he just gets past players so easy that low driven. The goalkeepers, they are very, very suspect to them anyway. If you add the shot power onto it as well, it just makes it near impossible to save, which is one thing that Memphis Depay has in his locker. Again, right there, it's kind of like outside the foot low driven, but it still has the same result and going to the back of the net. Next up is going to his work rates. Being high-low, it's kind of nice having that on a winger, as well as if you play him at striker, it's like the perfect work rates for that position. Then we've got his in-game traits. I showed you in the first part or the second part of the video, I was going through in-game stats and such. He's got so many in-game stats compared to what other players have. I think last time I reviewed Inform on Outwitch, third Inform, he had a few here and there, like 2 or 3. But Depay has got so many. A lot of them either shooting or dribbling, as well as that avoid weak foot trait, which is very, very rare, but really nice to have in a player. Then we got on to 88 stamina. Like 88 stamina, I mentioned it again with Arnautovic. On Foot Champions, stamina is potentially one of the key stats. Definitely is a key stat, because if a player is knackered after 60 minutes, in my eyes at least, it's a wasted substitute. Whereas Depay, he keeps going for the whole game pretty much, and he'll maintain some kind of fitness. And the final pro then is going to be no weak in-game stats. What I mean by that is the fact that he hasn't got many like red stats in the areas you really want to have. Some players have got low agility, low balance, low strength, but really, he's green in pretty much every single good area. And now on to cons about third informed Depay. And first up, I'm going to say a 2-star weak foot. Again, personally, don't really have too much of an issue with it, but because it is only 2-star and the fact I had to avoid his right foot, that's why it is a negative. Because some people, for example, of Foot Champions, if you use Memphis Depay, if like a player that plays FIFA a lot, they'll know that Memphis Depay has got a poor weak foot. And like kind of like real life situations, maybe with Iron Robben, players try and force him onto his right foot because they know it's nowhere near as good as his other one. And that's why it potentially could be a negative. And finally, the last one is the fact he's got minimal upgrades. What I mean by that, if you compare his third inform to his second inform, reality, there's not really much difference, and the price gap, it could be quite a big one. So overall, he's 200k right now. He's probably not worth 200k because, in my opinion at least, the League Gun, it's not the strongest leagues on FIFA 17, guys. But now, let's transition over to my overall rating, value for money as well, is if he's good enough for Foot Champions. So overall rating, I'm going to give Memphis Depay a 4.5 out of 5. It would be close to a 5 if he was a better league in my opinion as well. And on top of that, the weak foot, if he's like 4-star weak foot, I think he potentially could be one of the best players I've used so far on FIFA 17. Value for money, I'll give him 4 out of 5 because right now 200k is quite a bit, but by this time next week maybe, he could be like 110k or so, which for an 86 third in form is not bad in the slightest in my eyes. And Foot Champions, I put yes and no. I know some people will be like, Ross, how can you give him a 4.5 out of 5 and say he's not good enough for Foot Champions? But there's a simple fact for that. I keep saying about League Gun in regards to FIFA Ultimate Team. They don't really cut it compared to, say, a Legend team, a Premier League team. So it depends what team you actually put him in. As a player, he's good enough. But if you link him to some average League Gun players, he won't be cut out for it. So it's mainly dependent on the team you put around him. If you link him to Lacazette and go down that route, or maybe like a Rude Hullet or something, you'll be absolutely fine. But if you use average League Gun players, it could make it more difficult putting Depay in a good Foot Champions team, guys. So that has been the end of this third informed Memphis Depay review. So as always, if you enjoyed it, show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome and greatly appreciated. It does also show me you want to see more player reviews. In the comments below, then what player I should review next. And finally, if you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content. So thank you for watching this video, and us next time.